So welcome back to a very special episode of Decoy Noise, where we're doing Am I the Antagonist for being Hermione Granger. We're going to take stories that she's done and put them on Reddit to see how people are going to react to them. And today, we're actually going to cover 3 fake stories. And how do I know they're fake stories? Because I wrote them. So we're going to kind of see what's going on, where if you're not watching Emma Watson on screen do these terrible things, if we saw Hermione Granger doing these things, how would we be reacting to them? So I mean, as always, make sure you subscribe down below with the notifications on, because the world is getting to become a very crazy place. And 2 times a day, you just get to sit back, relax, be silly with me, and just enjoy craziness like watching Hermione Granger on Reddit. So the first story I posted right here was, am I the antagonist for secretly helping my boyfriend cheat in school? So me, Hermione Granger, and my boyfriend Rowan, which is Ron Weasley, Rowan, and his best friend Harry Potter. So Peter. So as you're kind of getting what I'm doing, I'm leaving breadcrumbs to see if anybody would find me out, but I'm talking about the story where Hermione helped Ron Weasley win or get onto the team for Quidditch. And then I always thought that was super messed up, but people just kind of looked the other way. But let's go ahead and read the story right now as I wrote it, as Hermione Granger. Okay, so throw away fake names, you get it. So back in sophomore year in high school, before I was even dating my boyfriend, I really thought he was having an identity crisis, growing up poor, in his brother's shadow, etc. But I still thought he was the bee's knees. He would never admit it, but I knew he secretly wanted to be just like his brothers and play varsity baseball, or Quidditch varsity baseball, you get it. So much that that around tryouts, just like his freshman year, he became very distant and cold towards me. So after some research, I found out something called corking a baseball bat, which helps him hit farther or something. And to be honest, he was pretty small at the time, so he could use the help. So obviously, I bought a corked bat online and gifted it to him as a good luck charm. Really don't know how much it helped, but he made the team and it really boosted his self-esteem. A little more than I'd hoped. But he seemed happy, and I was happy. I'm talking cry myself to sleep every night listening to Taylor Swift because it took him forever to ask me out, but that's besides the point. So after tryouts, I didn't know how long a corked bat could last, so I told Peter what I had done in hopes of getting it back. Peter didn't appreciate the position I put him in, but he told me the team uses their own bats, so he wouldn't have the opportunity to cheat anymore. So I'm talking about the whole time how she helped him, you know, that I think she casted a spell on the other guy, so she helped him cheat, and then no more later on after he got his confidence. So here's my mess up. So when we went through a bad patch of fighting, some of them centered around Peter. Nothing is happening between me and Peter. So when cornered about it, if I had kept any secrets from Rowan, I admitted the bat situation, which didn't seem like a big deal to me. Well, he flipped his crap. He originally left, and I didn't hear him for some pretty major incidents in my life. When we finally made contact, he complained about how much of a fool I made him look like, how I could have brought shame to his entire family if he was caught, and called me some pretty creative but not too offensive names. Admittedly, I can be very headstrong and stubborn. I don't think I need to apologize because after he left me for so long, but I do see us ending up together in the end. But Reddit, am I the antagonist? Is this as big deal as he was making it? Was I wrong? So we normally take the case over to Decoy Court where I give you my knee-jerk reaction, but it's my story, so, you know, I'm just trying to say that, like, the idea that, you know, she helped him cheat in a sport to have him make a team, I thought that was messed up. And then later on when they're having arguments, and I forget what this is, I didn't watch too much Harry Potter, but the idea that they were in the force and he left and came back and there was some jealousy involved over there. So I tried to illustrate the story as much as I could by not making it about wizards and obviously Harry Potter. I left some breadcrumbs, but nobody figured out. So let's go ahead and read the top post because this, you know, was obviously going to get some replies. So the top post was, "You're the antagonist. What you did was extremely unethical. Also, it showed how much little faith you had in him. You didn't think he could do it without cheating. On top of that, you didn't seem to consider any of the consequences he'd have to face for your actions. And just because you don't think it's a big deal doesn't make it not a big deal. Don't discount his feelings about this. You are in the wrong." And someone agreed, saying 100% this. I was going to type a comment pointing all this out, but you saved me the time that I wasted to make this comment. And the next person saying, if he's caught with a corked bat, he could be suspended. If he made the team based on cheating, it possibly kept someone not cheating off the team. That's horrible for him and for the team. Which I'd like to point out right here, this is exactly what you would say to Hermione if you found out that she was making that other goalie mess up and she was cheating for her little boyfriend, whatever, her little boy crush, whatever it may be. But I'm just saying that it sounds messed up when you put it in context, and this is the context where it would be messed up. And the next reply is, "You're the antagonist." A lot of people just saying you're the antagonist, and they talk about the cork bats. So obviously Ron would have gotten in trouble if he found out that Hermione's cheating for him. But as I did this post, it really just didn't gain any steam. So I figured maybe Am I the Antagonist was just hating on him, so they're just downvoting my Hermione Granger online. So I took the post and I moved it over to or slash relationships, and then pretty much the same thing, changing stuff, and then adding the TLDR post because that's what they want in their sections. So it was just pretty much too long, didn't read. I helped my struggling boyfriend make the baseball team by giving him a super bat. He found out, disappeared for a while, and came back super mad at me. So let's look at the top reply, which was, "What you did to your boyfriend was horrible. You betrayed his trust and brought him a faulty bat without telling him. If he was writing in, I'd advise him to stay broken up with you. I guess the one redeeming thing is that you're so young you can become more mature when you're older. But yes, you should apologize for what you did to him. You took something he cared about and tainted him, lied to him, and cheated on the tryouts." So they're really going in on Hermione right now. And then the next reply was, "While I understand your intention, the road to heck is paved with them. What you wanted was a happier boyfriend. What you got was a rightfully angry boyfriend, and that's the reality that matters. So listen to his concerns and take them to heart, admit you effed up, and see where he wants to go from there." So it seems like a lot of people, oh yeah, it's against the rules, it weakens the structure, blah, blah, blah. So I mean, this was more stuff that's due to me trying to like translate the story, and I'm not a writer by any means, so the idea that I tried the most as I could, but it seems like everybody's saying like that person's telling Hermione to go to heck, everybody's saying you effed up, blah, blah, blah. So I mean, I guess the Decoy Court verdict is, hey look, Hermione, you're the antagonist. You are definitely the person that everybody's hating on you right now. So thank you, Reddit, for confirming that Hermione was indeed the antagonist in this movie. She was being a bad person, a bad faith. Obviously, I'm getting the story all mixed up, but I mean, just for fun, it was nice to see what people would do if they didn't see like a famous actor or actress up there and how they really were. So if you're enjoying this type of content, let me know, because this is a lot more than just my normal stories that I'm doing for me to make up a story. So make sure you let me know if you like this content, subscribing down below, etc., etc., etc. So after I did that story, I thought about doing more like fictitious stories. So what I did is I just pretty much like a fan fiction of like, you know, what if this podcast really took off and I did something nice, and I tried to make a story that was just down the line between whether or not this was going to be that you can do something nice for people. So I made the post, and it actually got to the top 5 of Am I the Antagonist front page, and it was doing well. I think it was 2K upvotes at that point in time, but right now it's at 5,000 upvotes. So let me just go ahead and say this isn't like, you know, Harry Potter related, but this is just a fake story that I posted up there to see if I can get some controversial stuff going on. So I wrote this fake story, which is, am I the antagonist for cutting off entitled friends that left my startup before it came successful? So trying to like, you know, change the writing style a bit, saying this originally happened months ago, but I kept facing more and more backlash recently. Names changed, throwaway, etc. So over a year ago, I began working on a little startup for side cash. In order to keep this anonymous, I'll keep it vague, but now my family can live off this business comfortably. Back when I started, I had a few friends cycle in and out, Eric, Henry, and Robert, but all dropped off due to circumstances I can't blame them for, but were all long gone before I made a dime. I definitely would not have been where I am now without their support, but honestly, never put in crazy amount of hours that I have, nor did I ever ask them to invest financially. So after my wife and I purchased our house, I wanted to have a sort of a housewarming / thank you to all that helped me launch my business. So I really wanted to go all out for my friends. Eric, being into filmmaking, I bought him a state-of-the-art drone / camera I know he would never buy, but would be ecstatic to get. Henry would get courtside tickets to his favorite NBA team. Robert is where the issues came. When I asked Robert's girlfriend what he would appreciate and the price range I was looking at, she said she would drop hints and see what he would enjoy, but I'm guessing she pretty much told him exactly what was happening and came back to tell me he would pretty much prefer the cash and it should be much, much more. After I politely explained F off, and I scratched that out saying I would not be doing that, apparently they've been yapping the sob story to everyone now and how I'm basically Kim Jong-il letting everyone starve while I live lavishly. This really pisses me off as I'm Vietnamese, so it's racist, but not even accurately racist. A mutual friend has even told me that Henry is also insulted that he is getting basketball tickets for what he thinks is a 7-figure business he created, and how I'm a huge antagonist for taking advantage of the friend group. One, I'm doing well, but not that well. What they don't know is, yes, I can pay the mortgage, but my wife's parents are well off and are gifting us the down payment. God bless their hearts. Two, none of them created anything. They came in and helped here and there, and I appreciate them, hence the expensive gifts, but at no point was employment discussed. Everything the company owns was purchased by me. 3. No one is getting cash, let alone more than I set aside. This is not a paycheck. This is a thank you for believing me early on. So basically, after the lockdowns, I never got to have my housewarming party. Eric finally received his gift and loved it. But now with everyone, especially Robert, experiencing financial hardship, I've received multiple angry text messages regarding how I need to start giving everyone their fair share or I'll be sued. So would I be the antagonist if I just go no contact with Henry and Robert? So as I try to illustrate this story, it's like a slight fan fiction. Like, what happens if Decoy Noise became super popular and I would help my friends out, and they'd all be super like mature and grateful if I like say, hey, thanks for helping me out with this thing. But I just wanted to write a fan fiction of what if they were just assholes, what if they're just jerks about the whole situation and hated me for being successful or whatever. So, and that. Lots of other stories I've read online, it's just one of those situations where people will oftentimes side with the victims of the situation, but it didn't really seem like the replies I was getting were going to be too controversial. So I tried to add this edit to see if I can get a little bit more sympathy for the people that OP's screwing over. So I said edit. As this got more attention than I'd hoped, I appreciate all the feedback, but to clarify a few things, Eric is still a friend and appreciative of how much I wanted to thank him. Some people think I should just calculate an hourly rate and pay them accordingly, but even at $50 an hour, the amount of time they actually spent with me working on things wouldn't total enough to buy the gifts I was planning on getting them. Plus, I don't ever want to establish that they were an employee. The new complaint is my gift was just me trying to flex on them. If I still worked at my old job and someone wanted to give me courtside tickets, they could flex away, but maybe that's just me. And then I doubt I need a lawyer. Other than the name I made in the beginning, I have pivoted away from what I was originally going to do so many times it's barely the same startup they helped me on. And then the reason I never paid them is they were with me super early on. It's as if I'm a touring rock band now, and they were with me when I was still a garage band that couldn't land a pro bono gig for dog weddings. So as you can see, it got 470 comments, and I really couldn't get people to hate on me, but let's go ahead and read a couple of the top comments and the controversial comments as if this was regular Decoy Court, but I did like the feedback. So the top person quoted me about the whole talking about everybody saying they were going to sue me, and they said, not the antagonist. Your friends didn't invest a penny and all dropped out. Their fair share is nothing. Honestly, I don't even think they deserve your friendship. And the next person saying, second this, adding they should be even grateful for your invitation, let alone you gifting them things that you'll know they'll enjoy, which also shows how much you've gone to try to get the best gift for them and what they like or do. Yeah, they don't deserve you. So it kind of goes on and on about this, and I'm trying to find when people turn on me, but it's so rare. But the next top reply was, not the antagonist. You aren't required to give them anything. You're doing it out of the goodness of your heart. If you take the risk, you get the reward. It's very kind that you're doing anything at all. So, and the next people saying, OP's problem is he's being generous. He's actually making them feel entitled by connecting the gift to the success of the startup. If they dropped out of OP's startup and had no legal ownership of any asset, OP should absolutely give them nothing. Precisely because of this, they could sue him potentially by telling a judge the gifts to demonstrate that they were owed money, which would probably be good information. But I mean, this is such a fake story that nothing's there. I did get a lot of some replies, and I tried to reply to them accordingly, but it just became too much. And then here goes. So someone was asking me for more information. So they said, you really haven't given anyone here enough information to decide anything. If they did actual work for the company at any time and weren't paid, you would be the antagonist. For instance, if you're a tech company, they did original coding and software work. Okay, so that makes sense that they're talking about the situation if this was tech, but this is just me making up a story. But let me go to the controversial comments, because some people did post things and get downvoted to oblivion, and there was only a few of them because this was just too much of a good story. So someone says, not the antagonist, they get money when they get weird. Other people saying that, okay, so here's a guy that we don't want to dox him or anything, but like they said, but no, wait, I can't. Everybody's saying live your best life. I wish I could find the situation, but there was a dude that was up there posting just negative things like, you owe them money, how dare you take advantage of them, blah blah blah. So it wasn't this back and forth conversation that I wanted to create, but it did have a unexpected side effect, I'm guessing, where the account I made, it was a throwaway, was getting some DMs which were like, hey, I've dealt with inaccurate racism and your posts cracked me up, my guy. So people were happy about that. Other people were talking about how, oh, congratulations, this is what my startup is. And then other people saying, I want to know what your company was doing. Another person said, I saw your post and I'm trying to get, information on your own startup. And then another person said, hey, I'm also Vietnamese American. Can you give me questions? I'm from a poor nail salon Vietnamese family. I'm 19, trying to get out of a bad situation, which really made me kind of regret making the post, because I'm like, okay, so did I really give this guy hope? Yes, no, not really, but I mean, just the idea that sometimes you can have real world implications for your online presence. So I probably won't do another fake post that involves like success with money, because people are going to reach out and try to figure out, like, help me. I thought about replying to him about, like, drop shipping and other companies that you could create with very low initial capital, but just the idea was, I'm playing with fire now, so just let these guys be. This may or may not have been a bad idea. So it's the idea that this was a good story, in my opinion. It kind of got a discussion, got popular, got upvoted, but it wasn't controversial enough. I didn't get back and forth arguments. So then I wanted to write a story that was more controversial. And the problem with having controversial stories is the idea that if people don't like you, they don't do what Am I the Antagonist is supposed to do. They just downvote you to oblivion. They just hate you. Like, that's always, it's just super messed up that I can't get legitimate advice for a story because people are just upset with the idea that this person exists. So I wrote a story that's probably going to piss off a lot of people, but I did want to get more of a variety of responses. So I did a bro story, which is Am I the Antagonist for being honest about a friend's new girlfriend? So then I wrote as this guy saying, I, a 29-year-old male, have known Adam, a 28-year-old male, for over 5 years, and he's a really chill, funny dude, but definitely falls into that low self-esteem category. While on Snapchat today, I was shocked to see he posted a picture with a girl that I used to casually hang out with years ago, Danielle, a 24-year-old female, with the caption, when bae brings you Chick-fil-A after a long day, with heart emojis. Now normally, I wouldn't be the type to air out an ex's history, but even though she's cute, she's not the quite take home to mom type, not even tagging pics type. I don't even know how Adam and her met. So not even thinking, I respond to the pic with LOL, you hang out with Danny now? He replies, yeah, you know her too? So I just lay it out there for him. Yeah, bro, everyone at the bar we used to work at knows her. It's not exactly hard to get to know her either, ... Adam immediately calls me, questioning me in a panic. What do you mean? How long? Who else? I then realized that she's probably still with him, but I think I would want to know if I was really dating someone with her type of reputation, so I just let him know all the intimate details of my history with her and what I've heard about from others. Still freaking out, Adam mutters, I'm about to get her side right now, and abruptly hangs up. Later in the day, I saw he posted one of those long text Instagram posts about loyalty and being lied to. I figured he would be sad, but somewhat relieved that I told him what's up, but then I realized he blocked me on Snap. Danielle did too, but I kind of expected that. I know it was kind of messed up towards her for sharing our history, but I really do consider Adam a friend, and if the roles were reversed, I would want to know too. So Reddit, am I the antagonist? Should I have kept my mouth shut, or will it just take Adam some time to process this? So by design, my fictitious character here got a lot of backlash, like, oh my god, you're doing this, you're shaming her, blah blah blah, like, you did the wrong thing, which is kind of what I wanted. But so I tried to add an edit in there saying, hey, let's lessen the blow. This guy, he's like a bro, his heart's in the right place, but he just doesn't know how to do it. So I added this edit in the bottom saying, I get it, most of you think I did it to shame her, but I'll say this, if I was dating a girl and catching feelings, I would want to know as early as possible if she had already been with some friends or with a friend or friends. If they were moving in, having a baby, getting married, then at some point in time when the truth came to surface, it would almost seem like I was misleading or hiding something from a friend that wouldn't do that to me. Whether he leaves her or they work it out is on them. If he wouldn't want to be with her, I would feel like it should be his choice, not the, well, now I have to stay with her because one of the reasons listed above. I wouldn't want to keep a secret from a friend on my conscience like that. So didn't get too much replies, but as you can kind of tell, I tried to scale it back, not defending this guy, but I'm just saying that I wanted some back and forth, but this guy just gets blasted out of the water right off the bat. So the top reply from, this isn't Decoy Court, this is just the top reply saying, you're the antagonist for judgment of her not being able to take home to a mom or not being worth tagging pictures type. Yeah, maybe she has a past, but so does everyone else, including you. If her stuff is in the past, what does it have to do with your current situation with your friend? And that's why I kind of felt like this is where the whole situation crumbles, where the story was supposed to be about OP saying, if I was with somebody, like, okay, like, let's not even talk about OP, I'm talking about me personally. If I was with somebody and it was early on and some of my friends had already been with her and there was like a situation, that would just make me feel uncomfortable and awkward. Give me time to process that when it's still early on and let me make that decision where, okay, cool, so I'm dating this new girl and my other homie has been with that person too. I would like to know. I would feel pretty like not insulted, but I'd feel it would be messed up if my friend had already been with them, knew he'd been with them, and just didn't tell me. I feel like as a friend you wouldn't want to know. This isn't about shaming somebody in particular. This is about being a good friend. I feel if you reverse the genders and you had two girls and one of them had already been with a guy, she would want to know that they had already been together. It's not, and it wasn't, the situation isn't there to shame the dude or shame this girl. It's just, hey, we should be open, we should be able to openly communicate about communicate the situation. But let's go ahead and to say the reply to that was, also, it's fine for him to bang her and get to know her, as he put it, but it's not cool for her to bang him, LMAO. And no one was shaming her for doing that. They were just saying, hey, look, just so you know, this had happened. I want to be very forthcoming and let you know. But everybody else started shaming her for being with all the people. And it's like, nobody was saying that in the original story. But I mean, projection is a big part of Reddit. But let's go ahead and read the next reply, which is, you called your friend to call his girlfriend promiscuous, and you don't think you're the antagonist? Are you serious? And he said, I think, and then the quote of the idea that the writer put, I think I would want to know if I was really dating someone with her type of reputation. And they said, what does this mean? That she has been with multiple people? Who cares? You're the antagonist. And that's the thing is, I guess the whole reputation thing was there just to kind of illustrate that this guy's like a bro. He's not really, I don't want to say that he's just ham-fisting his text messages and he's an idiot, but I just want to say, like, hey, he's not the most intelligent guy. He's not the guy that can kind of see, you know, soft eyes compared to hard eyes. He's just looking at staring at the tree, missing the entire forest. So would people just jump on him because he has his point of view? And the idea that if we posted this story from, if I, maybe in 2 months, maybe in 1 month, I'll post a story saying, hey, I'm this guy, blah, blah, I was dating this girl for a long time, and now that, you know, we're moving in together, my friend said, hey, you know, that I had been with her too, and this other guy had been with her too, and now I feel weird. Why would they all keep this secret from me? I feel like everybody was laughing at me this entire time because everybody knew the secret that I didn't know. And then I would want to see if these same people come through the woodwork and say, oh, shame on your friend for not letting you know. What kind of friends are you that they keep you secrets from you? Like that sort of thing. And then so other people came to, I think, OP's defense, and they got downvoted saying, what's wrong with preferring partners who have had fewer partners? It's my preference and the preference of my girlfriend, though we might be a little biased as the only people we've had relationships with. So here we have a person that says, hey, this is just their preference. That's all they want. That's all they want to say is they would prefer not to be with this person. They would like to have the knowledge so they can make the choice for themselves, not just kind of being misled in the situation. And they got downvoted. And the next person saying, oh, would you really critique someone else's partner based on that? And then, okay, so let's keep on going. So the other person that got lots of downvotes saying, I think OP's the antagonist, but if it were me, I would prefer not to be with somebody, according to OP, that's easily put into bed and known by everyone. I admit, though, I have had been in a similar situation, ignored the reason because I was in love. Main concern would be STDs, though. So this thing is like, why can't somebody have a preference? Why does it have to be a situation where it's just like, no, don't ever let anybody know about anything? I guarantee if you're I'm just saying, like, oh, there's a girl and she's good friends with another girl, and then her friend is falling in love with a player that's been with every girl, every guy. Yeah, the guy was with every girl at the restaurant. He's just going in and out of relationships, and he just, doesn't care about feelings and anything like that. She would probably want to know, like, hey, you know that he's been with all these people and he's just this, like, promiscuous player type. I feel like friends would let friends know. And then here's the thing is, okay, so just another person blasting OP for in a very long discussion. So here we go. So you're the antagonist. Dude, obviously, girls like sleeping with men and enjoys a great experience when she's young and free, and suddenly she's not the type to take home to mom type. F out of here with that. And the guy says, being loyal and lied to. You thought the post was about her? How? She has past experiences, and that's not ... loyal to her present partner. And you thought you needed to give him a resume of her history before starting a relation with someone, or she's a liar? Are you enjoying the 1950s? How did you even get access to Reddit? And then the saying he falls in low self-esteem category, and you're backhanded implying that she's using him. So here's the thing is, OP's never implying anything about using at all. He's just trying to illustrate that here's a character that would be the type to just be in a relationship and not be able to get out of it because he just doesn't know if he can do better. That was just the slight breadcrumb that I was trying to leave. And the idea he's saying, oh, so you implying that she's using him? Is like, what type of interjection projection situation that you got going on here where you're taking that what are you trying to say? It's that I'm losing that word right now, but they're coming to that conclusion. There you go. They're coming to that conclusion based on the idea. He's like, hey, he's a low self-esteem. They're saying, how you enjoying the 1950s and the liar and this and that. It's like, hey, it's all about preferences and it's all about what he wants to be involved in. It doesn't mean that anybody's shaming them and stuff. And like they're talking about, oh, you're everybody else saying things about, oh yeah, here's the reply I was looking for. You're the antagonist. You basically slut-shamed a guy's girlfriend to him when it was really none of your business. So here's the thing is, yes, it probably wouldn't have been any of his business, but friends are friends, and I've honestly, to me, maybe I'll be crucified in the comments here, but I would want to know from my friend if he had already been with somebody that I started dating. I feel like that would be information that I would like to take in and process and just kind of see where we're going to go from there, not necessarily get, like, you can't hide a secret like that forever. What happens if later on it comes out? Then it's going to be a huger problem. So it's like, I'd rather know right off the bat, and somebody just being 100% forthcoming and honest would be a better alternative for me. And the idea that they're saying they're slut-shaming her, I don't really see that as that situation where it's just like, he's sharing something. I guess if I wanted him to be a bro, so I put the whole part about the friends, but it's just, you know, I don't really see like it was, I guess I wanted to focus on the idea you're helping a friend. They wanted to focus on the idea that he's sharing information that he probably shouldn't be. So, you know, that's pretty much, we can just go down and down and down and down. Everybody hates this guy. I guess we can kind of go over a couple controversial comments because a couple people did kind of come to his rescue, but it was few and far between. So let's go ahead. The top controversial comment was, you're the antagonist. Relationship is none of their business. They deserved it. Okay, wait, I'm sorry. This is just another person that, okay, there it is. There was so much hate in this comment, in this thread that I just couldn't get through it. So this person said, you're the antagonist. Their relationship is none of your business, and they deserve to be able to just, wait, that's the same comment. So wait, here's the negative voted one. Wow, I get that you're looking out for him, but you crossed the line. And they got downvotes for that idea. I get that you're just someone having simple compassion for OP here. Yes, he's in the wrong, but just nobody wants to see anything other than you're bad. I'm categorizing you as bad. Nothing good can come from you. And the other one is, you're the antagonist. If she were actually cheating on him, that'd be one thing, but shaming a girl for enjoying whatever level of physicality she is full-on crappy behavior on her behalf. So here's the thing is, shaming and just sharing information, unless you were like vindictively doing it, saying, he was calling her names, he was just like, hey, yo, just so you know, this happened, here's some details. Never once did OP write, hey, this girl's a slut, or hey, this girl's she's been with all these dudes, like she's hoeing around or whatever. He didn't say that. He just shared the information, but they're deriving that as like, oh yeah, he's being shamed, which I don't know. It's like, I guess people see the story, they can only, like, you know, imagine it from a perspective that they could see it from, but I was just trying to write OP as just a simpleton idiot, but I guess this would make sense the more I kind of read it because everybody's so against him. But as always, I tried something very different in this video, so maybe you like it, maybe you don't. If you want to make me to write more fictitious stories so you can have more insight and we can kind of see if what you can, you know, push redditors buttons, I can do that. If you like the whole Hermione Granger, Harry Potter situation, like I thought about rewriting some stories, like, you know, what was the story that I wanted to write is To Kill a Mockingbird, where Atticus Finch shoots the rabid dog. What if the story was, hey, am I the antagonist for shooting a neighbor's dog to keep my family safe? Like that would incite some conversation. So if you like me writing those fake stories and everything, make sure you subscribe down below, but tell me what's going on and make sure that you have the notifications on so we can take breaks and just be silly like this for, what is this, a half an hour at a time now. But as always, if you make it to the end of the video, I just want to say thank you for hanging out with me, spending the furlough with me, because I was kind of positive about the whole situation about going to work, but now I don't really know anymore. Like, things are getting kind of dicey, but I do want to have a good time with you guys and hang out here, even though I may or may not have to run advertisements. Just let me know how you guys are feeling about it. Go to r/DecoyNoise to submit your stories. Go to DecoyNoise.com if you want to become a moderator for r/DecoyNoise or the Discord once I launch it. But if nothing else, watch the next video of Decoy Noise coming up next.